This week on TGC News, it's our 100th episode. Sig Dropapalooza, a new long-range bolt gun, and Magnum Research / Kahr Arms let their customers down big time. LaserMax offers some of the most rugged aiming assist devices around. With a low-profile option, such as their guide rod lasers, you can keep that factory look or even add a tack light without taking up rail space with the laser. Combining over 25 years of experience with modern materials and technology, these things are built to last. Available in red, infrared, and green for many popular handguns. To learn more, head over to LaserMax.com. Welcome back to another episode of TGC News, the only gun news show that covers things you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton. Today is a special day, boys and girls. Today marks the 100th episode of TGC News. 100 episodes of sarcasm, misused memes, crappy holsters, and a ton of great gun news. I want to say a special thank you to Izzy, who is the main editor here at TGC. I could not do this without him, so big shout out to Izzy. And of course, thank you all for continuing to be the best audience around. Subscribe and ring that bell now, because this is going to be a good one. Now, this is going to be an absolutely jam-packed episode, so let's get into the news. If you haven't been paying attention to the internet for the past week, you may have missed the debacle with the Sig P320. Let me break down the timeline as I understand it. A few months ago, the Army selected the Sig P320 over the Glock 19 for the modular handgun system. Glock fanboys got mad, Glock got mad and showed us how much of a sore loser they actually are. Well, fast forward a bit and people have begun to trust the P320 a lot more because of that. Police departments are picking them up nationwide and deploying them, and it's a good time for SIG. That was until Dallas PD said that they're doing their own internal recall and no longer allowing officers to carry the gun on duty due to safety issues. In a leaked memo, it was stated that SIG was aware of the issue and was working on a solution. Being that the internet is fueled by hate, this recall did not go unnoticed. People everywhere started to question the safety of the 320. A few days later, on August 4th, a Stamford, Connecticut police officer filed a lawsuit against SIG for damages due to a 320 being dropped and firing a round into the leg of the officer. This happened in January of this year. They stated that he was loading gear into his vehicle, the gun fell, still in its holster, and discharged. That very same day, SIG sent out a press release reaffirming the safety of the gun. They stated that they were aware of zero issues with the guns and that repeated or heavy drops can cause mechanical issues that may make the gun unsafe. They even said that people should not perform drop tests outside of professional environments. Well, pissing all over that was a guy named Andrew Tuoy. Some of you may better recognize him as the guy that took a big dump on FireClean and caused them to call in lawyers to sue him. Yes, the guy that started the stuff with SIG is the very same guy being sued by FireClean. So what did Andrew do this time? So in a video he made for retailer Omaha Outdoors, he performed a series of drop tests on the Sig P320, including one that set the internet on fire. Having stated in the video that the gun does in fact pass military drop testing standards,
it should be noted that the P320 will pass all of the commercial, industry, and government drop tests that we're aware of.
He also included a non-standard test of dropping the gun on its heel, essentially, kind of on the back of the slide and frame at the same time, right on the hammer beaver tail area. And guess what? The gun went bang multiple times. Now, they were unable to replicate the issue with the P320 X5, but nonetheless, the normal gun was a problem. The video went viral. On the TGC Facebook page alone, it's been seen almost 2 million times. This caused a bunch of other drop tests of varying significance, all seeking to find out if the hype was real and if SIG really did release a gun that fires when dropped. The reality is, yes, they did. SIG obviously takes this kind of stuff seriously and did their own testing and apparently agreed that it is not internet drop test safe. The day after Dropapalooza happened, SIG issued a voluntary trigger upgrade for people that felt their gun wasn't safe enough. Preliminary testing of the upgrade indicates that it does in fact fix the issue, but of course, time will tell on that. Details were not yet available at the time of filming this episode. I suspect it's very similar to other recall-type efforts. Details of the upgrade can be found over at SigSauer.com if you want to get your P320 fixed. The reality of this situation is that the angle at which the gun had to be dropped in order for it to fire was outside the testing standards in the US, so it was most likely considered a non-issue if they even saw this at all during their own test initially. And hey, maybe it's time to update those standards, but for now, I'll wrap this story up with a big old throat punch from Glock. Oh, man. And in long-range news, Christensen Arms, a company best known for creating some of the nicest lightweight hunting and precision bolt-action rifles, has expanded their lineup on the more affordable end with the Mesa long-range rifle. The Mesa series is unlike their higher-end offerings in that it does not come with a carbon fiber barrel, but instead a steel offering. The new long-range model is the bridge between their higher-end and regular Mesa models. It comes with a medium contour stainless steel barrel that has been hand-lapped, has a matched chamber, is free-floated, and button-rifled. The receiver is based on the Remington 700, but is tuned up like you would expect, with a fancy trigger, better bottom metal, and a few other trinkets. The stock is Christensen's own design, made from carbon fiber, and features an adjustable cheek piece and some proper bedding accoutrements. You'll be able to grab one in 6.5 Creedmoor, 308, 7mm Magnum, 300 Win Mag, and 28 Nosler. It sounds like it's going to be an expensive thing. Well, not if you ask me. Currently, the Ruger Precision Rifle, which is my standard for out-of-the-box affordable precision rifles, goes for about $1,200 to $1,300 retail. The MSRP on the RPR is $1,599. This tuned-up kind of semi-custom rifle from Christensen Arms comes with an MSRP of $1,595. Now, they're absolutely not the same type of gun or for the same type of shooter. The Mesa Long Range is closer to a traditional precision gun, whereas the Ruger is more of a blend between AR style and precision gun. But I'll tell you what, that is a damn tough choice if you're looking for something different for your long range gun. We've got some more Gundustry news this week. First up, Ruger has issued a safety bulletin on the Ruger Precision Rifle. Yeah, I know, I just talked about that thing a couple seconds ago. It seems as though the Gen 2 versions with the factory aluminum bolt shroud can cause some interference on that shroud with the firing mechanism and cause light strikes or failures to fire, and in some rare cases, actually fire the round when unlocking the bolt. Obviously, that is less than ideal. It's a shame to see stuff like this happening. Ruger just had a recall on the Mark IV pistols, and now this. They really kind of need to get it together on their QA stuff. If you want to see if your gun is affected, there is a link down in the description. Next up, US Palm, a company best known for AK accessories, has closed their doors. On August 6th, the founder of the company posted an announcement on their Facebook page citing things like downsizing economy, industry instability, and internal causes being the reason for shutting up shop. He stated that some of their designs will be sold through other companies, but some will also be lost in the mix. The best part about the announcement was the quote he used from Vince Lombardi. "Gentlemen, we are going to relentlessly chase perfection, knowing full well we will not catch it because nothing is perfect. But we are going to relentlessly chase it because in the process, we will catch excellence. I am not remotely interested in just being good." That's a heck of a send-off. Also, if you have any US Palm stuff laying around, apparently the AK market is being stupid and paying silly prices for that stuff right now, so have fun. And now for something that I believe we are the first to report. This company might get upset with what I have to say here, but I have to tell you guys this. In a letter dated August 4th, 2017, from a company called Silo, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, who is the parent company of Kahr Arms and therefore Magnum Research, they're telling their customers of Kahr.com and MagnumResearch.com that their credit card info and personal info has been compromised. They're pointing the finger at their website hosting company called Aptos, saying that there was a malware intrusion on the servers and essentially they leaked a bunch of data. Now here's the part that matters to me. They state in the letter that the intrusion took place from February of 2016 to December of 2016. It's August of 2017. They went on to say, you may wonder why you didn't hear about this until now. Well, they didn't discover the breach until November of 2016. That's what they said in the letter. Come the hell on. It's been 9 freaking months. Oh, come on! They pointed the finger again at law enforcement, claiming that they asked for customer notifications to be delayed. Further on in the letter, it says, what are we doing in regards to the breach? Well, they're working with cybersecurity and don't seem to give a damn about their customers. This really upsets me. How hard is it to offer an olive branch and actually apologize to your customers? These are people that spend money on your guns and accessories. And instead of saying, hey, we're super sorry, here's a reasonable solution, we screwed up big time, etc., all they said was, hey, these guys are working on it. I reached out to the PR firm that handles Kahr and Magnum Research stuff about this issue, figuring that maybe they have a plan here. Maybe they know of it. The response that I got when I asked them about it, sorry, John, never heard about anything like this. That's it. That's all they said. This is such a cop-out on every level. If you want to read the full letter, I posted it on theguncollective.com/breach. This week, our Guntuber is a channel that sort of blindsided me. I had never heard of them until last week when I was browsing around YouTube and I saw something that caught my eye. I dug deeper and found something awesome. These guys crank out a bunch of solid content for the military-minded folks, and the production quality, which is one of the most important factors for the Guntubers I've featured, is top-notch. Let's take a look at Tactical Rifleman.
All right, now, Tactical Rifleman, you know we are all about how to shoot, move, and communicate.
And something that can be easily remedied is password generation.
And I'm here today to give you a quick review. This actual rifle actually started life with this folding stock right here.
I'm gonna draw back. I'm gonna punch this guy right in his solar plexus.
How we set up our body armor, what kind of pouches, stuff like that we put on it. So we've decided to do another video and we'll break it down just for him. 3 bullets, I like to circle them. See how the height-wise, that's a good shot group.
Then we have the punching range where I'm a little bit closer in.
If you want to be a more diverse patriot, this is definitely a channel to pay attention to. Head over there and get subscribed, and please tell them TGC sent you. And if you want to suggest a channel to be featured, you can do so down in the comments below. RandCLP offers an entire lineup of non-toxic cleaners and lubes for the discerning shooter. You can use their bore and bolt to clean up carbon, fouling, or rust, and then follow it up with their CLP, or for hot and heavy applications, the hog grease, for before, during, and after the range. Find out what the nano-infused bio-friendly lineup from RandCLP is all about over at RandCLP.com.
The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
The ladies continue to fight back with this week's Good Guy with a Gun story. It was early on the morning of August 3rd in Marietta, Georgia. A woman named Shakita Green was at her home when a man that she knew came to her door asking repeatedly to see her husband. She let him in, and he let another guy in. The other guy decides to use a gun to threaten Green and her 3 children. When she had the chance, she grabbed her gun and proceeded to stop the threat with lethal force. The other douchebag, the guy she originally let in, fled the scene but was later arrested and is now facing charges. Green was quoted as saying it was either him or me, and I wasn't going. My kids weren't going to get hurt, and they weren't going to see me get hurt. Hell yes. Way to stand up for yourself and your family, Miss Green. This is kind of a crappy story to tell. Someone being tricked into letting a questionable character into the home, only to have it end in bloodshed. But luckily, the blood was not from an innocent victim in this case. And that is it for episode 100. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and share it around with your friends. That is a huge help. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know why down in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, please get subscribed. You won't want to miss a single episode of the show. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. The shirts worn in today's episode of TGC News were provided by Patriot Patch Company. Click the link in the description to learn more.